Joined now by Maryland head coach John Tillman. Coach, you get the victory in overtime over Penn State and 14 saves from your goalie and Kyle Bernlohr. What stood out to you about his performance tonight?
Kyle's been great for us. He works so hard every day, and not only every day, but even those 3 years where he was behind Nico, he just continued to push and work himself, and we just have so much confidence in him. We had a tough clear at the end, yet, you know what, he stayed poised, everybody stayed poised, and the guys really rallied around him, and, we're really thankful to have a guy like Kyle.
Down 8-4, Coach, you guys rally back. You get it to overtime. You didn't take a timeout in the overtime session in neither possession. What did you see from the Penn State defense? What did you feel about your offense that didn't make you call that timeout?
Well, we knew they were going back in zone, so when we were at the defensive end, we already talked to our offensive guys, so we knew what we were doing. We knew if we needed to use a timeout, we would, but, while the defense was doing what they need to do, we were a couple plays ahead. So we had a couple things called. If it didn't feel right, we're certainly ready to burn it. But Coach Reppert had a couple things in mind, and I thought Coach Reppert did a great job on that last little play, and, put it in the hands of Bryan Cole, who's just done a great job for it this year, and we have a lot of confidence in Bryan. It's a sad thing that either team had to win. We have a lot of respect for all the teams in our league, including Penn State, and, they played very hard too. So we have a lot of respect for what they've gone through this year, and we tipped our hat to them and those young men.
Rewind a little bit for us. You guys are down 8-4. What was the message to the team? What was the mindset on the sideline?
Well, we knew it would be an up-and-down game, and we talked about not getting too high, not getting too low. Unfortunately, the last couple of weeks, we've dug ourselves a hole. We talked about not playing the scoreboard, just making the next play and digging ourselves out. So there's plenty of possessions. When you're down 8-4, we talked about how much time was left, and we just really needed to make the next play over and over again, and each little play would work. And our guys scrapped that in the second quarter, that last 7 minutes. We weren't pretty, but we hustled, we rode hard. Louis Dubik's goal was a big one for us, coming around. It gave us some energy, and we just kept battling. So, again, I'm proud of our guys. We got a lot of things to work on, but to go on the road and get 2 wins in our league against good teams, we're really thankful for that. But we got a great Rutgers team on Saturday that's playing great, so we're going to have to really get better this week.
Coach, 2 one-goal wins in those 2 games the last 2 weeks. What does this say about the Big Ten Conference that we continue to see all these tightly contested battles?
Listen, we've said it for a while. We just think every team, is really good. Conference games are tough, so you got to come ready. And you guys have seen the scores all over the country each week. It's really hard to win games, and I think it's even that much harder to win road games. And the conference games are always a slugfest. It doesn't matter what sport it is. You're going to get your best shot from your opponent. You know each other well. Again, Penn State's a good team. We saw what they did to Denver. And, again, so we had a lot of respect for them going in and having to go on the road on a night game. It was a tough environment, but again, I'm proud of our guys and a lot of work to do, so we got to keep getting better.
Congrats, Coach, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Joined now by Bryan Cole, the Maryland Terrapins. Second consecutive week for you with a game-winning goal. What have you been seeing out there that has allowed you to end these games with a game winner?
That's a tricky one, but I got to give it to a lot of the guys on that I'm playing with on offense. That last play there, Henry made a great look, me sweeping across the top. Other guys there were available, and, I just saw white, and I shot for it, and, turned out the right way for us tonight.
What is the feeling being an offensive midfielder, knowing that you are backed by one of the best, if not the best defenses in all of college lacrosse, anchored by maybe the best goaltender in college lacrosse? He was a year ago, and he's certainly playing like it right now.
We have no doubt in our mind that Kyle's the best. Every day he shows up to practice. He's working hard. He's doing extra things alongside the rest of the defense. Everyone's just doing the right thing, setting the right example, the older guys. And, all the coaches, all the players, we know when the ball goes down there, we have, complete faith in those guys that they're going to get a stop, get it up and out, and the ball's coming back on the offensive end for us. But, they were tremendous tonight in the second half. They really picked it up, led by Matt Dunn. Obviously, Kyle took a couple shots in the belly, off the face, but, that's just a guy right there doing whatever it takes to make a stop, to do anything to help the team win, honestly.
Bryan, congrats on the win, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you very much, guys.